I met this gal who she seemed really nice until I made my offer. And I said, in about 30 seconds, I'm gonna have like a crazy, really cool bonus. And I see this red flash go by, like ripping people aside and throwing people over to get to the table to get the bonus. But prior to that, this young woman was very impressed with her infomercial. And I said, oh my gosh, I'd love for you to share that with me. Now there's a few rules that I have. Up-level your life, take it to the next level, live the life of your dreams. Never use them. Because it means nothing. We don't know what that means. So this woman very proudly stood up and said, we are going to take it to the next level so that you can up-level your life and live the life of your dreams. And I wish I had, like, get your credit card. And she has yet to stop giving me her credit card. About a year and a half, probably about $50,000 to $60,000, $80,000 investing in her business in a year and a half. The first 3 months we worked together, she tripled her business. The next 3, she tripled what she tripled. Made in one, I think she'll tell you, but in 6 months, made what she did the prior year. There is one secret to her success. Me, thank you very much. No. The secret to her success is her magic trick. This young woman means the world to me. I have seen her grow. I have seen her go. She says yes to everything I tell her to do. And as a result, she is creating an empire. She has the biggest heart, the clearest mind, and the best magic trick. Some of you know her. Do me a favor, on your feet, welcome Jenny Harkleroad to the stage.
I wanted to do it again just because that was so great. What an intro. Thank you, Jane. So this college professor has a room full of 101 students, and he says, as my earpiece falls out, he says, pop quiz, and they say, oh, shoot. Get out a piece of paper, write down the 7 wonders of the world, go. And so, Grand Canyon, Taj Mahal, pyramids in Egypt, Golden Gate Bridge, St. Peter's Basilica. But there was one girl, and she was kind of like looking up and to the left, kind of thinking, and he said, Sally, what's going on? Are you having trouble coming up with some answers? And she said, no, I have 3 questions. He said, what are they? She said, why 7? Under whose criteria? And what do you mean by wonder? Define the word wonder. He said, wow, okay. So he said, what are you thinking? Tell me what you're thinking, then maybe we can answer. And she said, well, to me, it's hearing, it's seeing, it's smelling, it's tasting, it's touching, it's loving, it's laughing. And the room was silent. And he said, Sally, there's 101 students in this room. All of them wrote the same things. But you asked some very important questions. And those questions just had me realize some things. Those questions had me realize that only 1% asks the right questions. And if you want to get to where you want to go in life, you need to ask the right questions. He said, I learned that what you want and what's most important in life can't be bought or built. And he said, you just change this room, Sally. And so today I'm going to ask you, what questions are you asking yourself? Because we did an awesome exercise with Jane today. In 2023, I'm so excited that I am, right? We said what it was, and then we ran into people and congratulated them. But what's the question that you need to ask to get yourself to that place? What is the next step, right? And then what do you need to do? Take the next step. When I hired Jane, the first thing she said was, triple your prices. Now, first she said double. She got to triple later. Double your prices. Immediately, that's what she said. Assignment number 1, double your prices. I was like, but Jane, and she's like, do it. And so I have this magic trick. My magic trick is literally the greatest discovery of the 21st century. Not only am I going to tell you what it is, and not only am I going to demonstrate how you do it, but I'm going to help each of you reprogram your mind during this talk. Is that exciting? Yeah, that's really exciting.
Keep talking.
Okay, so the greatest discovery of the 21st century. I'm going to teach you all about it because I'd be pretty selfish if I kept a secret to myself, right? Jane said I quickly tripled my business and then tripled again, and we're creating phenomenal things, and I don't want to keep that to myself. I want to share that with you guys. Yeah. My name is Jenny Harkleroad. Business owners hire us to reprogram their minds for ultimate success because most are stuck in mind chatter, self-sabotage, and limiting beliefs. So we help them set up a new automatic operating system. It's simple, and it's powerful, and it's effective, so they can accomplish their goals. What do they want? More money, more time, more freedom. Some of you want more money. Anyone? Yeah. Why? What are you going to do with it? Well, let's pay the rent to start with, pay the mortgage. But what about after that? How about something a little more exciting? A new car? Yeah? Travel? What are you going to do with the money? Helping others. You know what? I think if you have a why beyond yourself, it's so much more motivating. Because here's what I think of. I can justify, I don't need the newer model BMW. The one I have is pretty good. I can justify that to myself. But what I can't justify is that 1 in 9 people in the world are hungry. And a child could die today if I don't succeed in business and donate and help that kid get food. I cannot justify that. I have to be successful to help other people. And if you have a big cause, a big why, something like that, it'll drive you a little bit harder than just wanting a new car. New cars are fun. Some of you want more money. Put the kids through college. We just paid for a wedding, oh my gosh. And college, and more college. I have 4 kids. Some of you want more time. Why? What are you going to do with your time? You know, entrepreneurs are the only people who will work 100 hours a week so they don't have to work 40. But that's crazy. You get burnout, you get worn out, you lose your motivation. It's hard. You consider, maybe I should just get a job. This is so hard. Why do you want time freedom? What are you going to do with it? Help people? Travel?
Skydiving.
Go skydiving, yes. Get more sleep, yeah. Time with family, absolutely. Time freedom and money freedom. I can help you create that. You can create that, and I'm going to teach you how to create that. So my greatest claim to fame are my 4 amazing kids. But what most people know me from is real estate. I spent 13 years as a top producing realtor in San Diego, and I had a team of 5 buyer's agents and 2 full-time secretaries, and we were producing double digits in the millions, which meant I had the houses and the cars and the travel and all of that fun stuff. But family, to me, is my heart. I was just texting with my daughter, I'm like, hey, I gotta go, I'm getting on stage. I love my family. And my sweet husband, Dusty, we're about to celebrate our 25th wedding anniversary. How does that happen? Oh my gosh, the years just fly by. So today, we want to help you literally reprogram your mind for ultimate success so you are not stuck in these pain points of no money and no time and no freedom. We can help you transform that. And I'm going to teach you how to do it today. I'm going to teach you the 3 secrets to ultimate success. I am going to give you some freebies. Maybe I'll give you a freebie right now. Get out your cell phones. We love freebies, right? I got some at my table too. Don't forget to stop by my table. Enter to win. Okay, so the first freebie is you're going to text the word money freedom, all one word, no spaces, money freedom, to 555-888. When you do that, you're going to get 3 offers. You're going to get a free 30-minute offer with me. You're going to get a free offer of my #1 best-selling book. And you're also going to get a free exercise where you can start to learn how to reprogram your success. So don't forget to get that. Now, I'm also going to offer you a resource where you can work with my team and I to literally reprogram your mind for ultimate success. And that's what I'm going to teach you about today. So Jane's been speaking all day about the power of the mind, and she always says that she's not going to teach you something and then not give you a solution, right? I am your solution to getting past these stories that you've been telling yourself and to getting to that 2023 dream. Because here's what's going on. The only thing that's getting in your way, it's you. Darn it. Why are you getting in your own way? Are you trying to get in your own way? Of course not, right? You want to succeed. But like Jane talked about, we have these stories and these patterns and these programs, and they get stuck in our head, and we can't seem to get past them. So let me tell you real quick how I learned about the power of the mind. It was August 10th of 2013. It was 11:05 a.m. I was standing on a mountainside, and my husband and I were deciding how we were going to get down, and he said, if I was young and in shape, I'd jump off of here. And I'm like, I'm young and in shape, and I jumped. And when I landed, I heard a crunch, and I started to scream, and they called 911. Lifeline came in, zipped me up to a hovering helicopter, pumped me with morphine, thank goodness. I like that stuff. Took me to the hospital where they announced to me that I had broken my back. That's bad news. I tried to be funny about it. I said, does that mean I can't go to yoga tonight? They're like, yeah, no, you can't go to yoga tonight, but you're not paralyzed. Silver lining. That's good news, but you can't move. So we're sending you home with more morphine, and eventually you'll be okay. A year later, I was still in terrible chronic pain, still having my husband help me put my clothes on. I was mostly working from bed, trying to run the real estate company, trying to run the 4 kids, trying to do all my stuff, telling everybody I was fine when I really wasn't. Seeing chiropractor, acupuncture, massage, physical therapy, all that stuff. Nothing was helping me. A year after that, another year, same exact thing. Still couldn't even sit in a chair, couldn't drive my car, feeling miserable. I knew something was wrong. I decided to have major surgery. Anyone ever have major surgery? Feels like you got hit by a bus when you have major surgery. Gosh. So they cut me open 5 places down my back, down my side. They put in rods and screws and a synthetic disc, and they said, this should help. Well, 7 months of physical therapy later, guess what? Didn't help. Couldn't sit, couldn't drive, feeling miserable, burning pain 24/7. Have any of you ever been in physical pain? It's hard to function, right? It's hard to be happy. It's hard to build a business. It's hard to be a mom. physical pain gets in the way of your dreams. And I was getting tired of mine, sick and tired of mine. I wanted a solution. I hear about a doctor who does some weird voodoo, mess with your mind kind of stuff. And I said, I'm trying it. I'm trying anything, anywhere, any price. I want my life back. And I went and met with this doctor, and he helped me to reprogram my mind. 6 hours later, my pain was gone. That's what I said. What? How? How did that just happen? Like, this was physical pain. How did my mind change my pain? Have you ever had emotional pain? It hurts, right? I had so much emotional pain in me that it was causing physical pain. That's what he discovered. We got rid of the emotional pain, and guess what happened to the physical pain? It vanished. If you're struggling with emotional pain, if you've got emotional stuff going on, and you don't deal with it, it'll show up physically. Some of you are struggling with these kind of things, and this is going to get in the way to 2023. So today I'm going to tell you how to reprogram all of that, because I want you to succeed. I want to be at the house in Rome. Absolutely. I want to be involved in all these dreams. And you can do them, and you can do more. You can do way more than you even said, than you even announced, and you even wrote down today. So let me tell you the 3 secrets to ultimate success. Number 1, we need to understand the difference between the conscious and the subconscious mind. Your conscious mind is what wrote down those dreams. It's the dreamer, right? Here's what I want. Here's what I want to accomplish. And then you also have this part of your conscious mind, which is the thinker, right? It's the right and left hemisphere of your brain. One side is dreaming, and the other side's like, okay, now I got to figure it out. Here's how it's going to happen. But here's where you get stuck. You also have a subconscious mind. And your subconscious mind decides your success level. Did you know that? I did not know this. I did not know the power of my subconscious mind. Have you guys ever been in the ocean and a wave hits you and it really, you're like, geez, like the power of the water just knocks you over? Your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. So today you just decided, in 2023, I'm going to do that. You consciously decided. But if your subconscious does not believe in that, you cannot get there, period. Because this mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful, scientifically proven. So you guys know, like the book The Secret, the movie The Secret, you believe it, you imagine it, you manifest it until it becomes a reality, right? Well, that's true, except what happens after it doesn't show up for a while? You start to doubt, right? Oh, maybe it's not going to happen. And that subconscious mind and that subconscious programming takes back over, and just like that wave, it knocks you off your dream. It knocks you off your path. And then you run into people and you're like, oh, I'm starting over. I have a new idea, or whatever it is. It's your subconscious mind. It doesn't just control your heart beating and your eyes blinking and your hair growing and your digestion happening. It controls your success. Now I'm going to give you a little example. I mentioned eyes blinking. Eyes blinking, that is a subconscious program. But you can control it consciously, right? Stop blinking. How long can you go before you blink? Oh! When I thought of something else, the blinking came back. That is how your subconscious works. You can overpower it temporarily when you focus really hard. You're like, no, starting Monday, I'm going to make 10 calls a day, and I'm going to do it, and then by Wednesday, you're off track. You blinked. Because your subconscious mind is not on board. That's secret number 1. You have to understand the power of your subconscious mind. It processes 40 million bits of information per second. It can focus on thousands of things at the same time. You need that power to get to your success, period. If you don't tap into that power, you cannot get there. That's all there is to it. Secret number 2. This is my favorite one. Well, maybe. I like this one because I like to blame people for my problems in the past, right? I was a blamer. First, it was my mom's fault, and then it was my husband's fault, and then it was both of their faults combined, right? You were programmed. From in utero till about 8 years old, your mind was a sponge. You were literally in a theta state, which is like a hypnotic state, and everything you heard, felt, saw, experienced became your programming. You didn't say, oh, that's good, I want that, or that's bad, I don't want that. It just became your program. Just like whatever language they were speaking in your house, English, you learn English. Chinese, you speak Chinese. That's your program. Well, there's a money language that you learned in your house. There's a success language that you learned in your house. There's a happiness language you learned in your house. There's a health language you learned in your house. You know what they've discovered? When kids are adopted, they get the same diseases that run in the family they were adopted into. How does that happen? Do you know that you can rewrite your genes? You can rewrite your genes. And those kids rewrite their genes because they learned how to, because of that family. It's powerful. So you were programmed, and so you can blame everybody for a while, but not for much longer, because here comes secret number 3. You can change your programming. Isn't that exciting? Yeah, you can change your subconscious programming. And that is literally the greatest secret of the 21st century. Because we used to think we were controlled by our genes. We're not. Unless we don't change our programming. So here's what happens. Inside your cells, you have these protein parts, 70,000 protein parts. And they have an electrical charge on them. And here comes a signal from the environment, which also has an electrical charge. It comes into the cell, and that protein moves, and it causes a reaction. Let me give you an example. You're driving down the freeway, and someone cuts you off. What do? Salute them? So here's the secret. Here's what they discovered. So here's the protein, here's the signal, but in between is a cell membrane. And the perception of the cell membrane determines what happens with the signal. So the guy cuts you off, that's the signal. The cell membrane, your perception, reads the signal and sends a new signal to the protein. So if you are a calm, peaceful, loving, happy driver, the signal comes in, someone cuts you off, and your perception is, oh, sorry, let me brake, come on over, no problem, right? Or the signal comes in and your perception is, how dare they? Right? Same thing happened, 2 different perceptions. You can change that perception. You can change how your cell reads the signal, which changes the result. So I can scientifically help you change your result, change your success. And it works like a magic trick. When I figured this out, when I got better with my health, I literally started taking this magic trick and I'm like, let's see, how about we get rid of my opioid addiction? Boom! Gone. Anybody out here? Well, you don't have to raise your hand. Here's what happens. People come in my office and they're like, can we close the door? And I'm like, it's closed. And the interior door, can we close that door? I'm like, but nobody's here. They're like, can you close it anyway? I drink too much. They start telling me all their stuff, right? How do you deal with your stress in your life? What are you doing? Overeating, over drinking, over gaming, over gambling, over what are you doing? And why do you have that stress? How about reprogram it so that stress is gone? So when that signal comes in that used to be stressful, now it's changed to, oh, no problem. And then you don't have to go do something to numb yourself from that frustration. Well, the same thing works for your success. Jane mentioned things that her family said. If you don't believe you can succeed, you won't. That signal comes in and it goes, oh, no, you're not worthy. Sorry. We're going to change the result. We're going to sabotage it somehow. We're not going to let it work out for you. I can scientifically help you reprogram your mind. But you got to ask an important question. Like we did in the beginning, here's the first question. What do you want? If we're going to reprogram you, what are we going to reprogram? My youngest son, who's 13, and he says, well, what if we reprogram it and then I change my mind? Can we unprogram it? I'm like, just pick the right thing to start with. What do you want? So I want you to get out a piece of paper, and I want you to just write one thing, super simple. And I want you to write it like it's already there. You've already accomplished it. It's so easy for me to make X number of dollars per month. I travel the world with my family, speaking on stages across the country. What do you want? Is it something you help others with? Is it a humanitarian cause? Is it your own, just like, I want to be happy? That one used to be so hard for me. I didn't understand. I would look in the mirror and I would say, I'm happy, and I'm healthy, and I'm terrific. No. I wanted to be, but that signal was coming in, and my perception was messing it up, telling me I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't doing things right, and all these crazy stories were going on in my head that weren't even true. And I changed all of those. I transformed my marriage. Have you ever had a relationship problem? Oh, it stinks, right? Okay, therapy, Friday night date nights, prayers, books. How do we fix this? Well, how about we change the perception of the cell membrane? I did that, my marriage was fixed in a weekend. I'm serious. My best friend always says, I should come with you when you speak, because they're all going to think you're lying. I'm not lying. This is true. It's scientific. So did you write down the one thing? Did you all write it down?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to literally reprogram this into your mind right now. We're going to change your cellular perception. You okay with that? Okay. If you're not okay with it, do not participate. Okay? We don't want to mess with your mind if you don't want us to. All right, so I'm going to need one person who's willing to share their goal to volunteer on stage, and then everybody else is also going to reprogram their goal, but just one on stage. Come on up. Jane made a big deal about you. Are you like somebody famous? I don't know you.
Don't worry about it.
How are you? I'm Jenny.
I'm Nolan Davis.
Milden, nice to meet you. Nolan.
Nolan
Sorry about
Davis.
that, Nolan.
Yes, ma'am.
Nice to meet you. Okay, I'm going to get your chair. Actually, I'm going to let you get your own chair because I got my hands full. All right, right here in the middle of the stage. So do you remember your goal? Do you remember what you wrote down?
Yes.
All right. I don't know how to turn this thing on. Try it.
Mic check.
No. Where's the on switch? I'm going to go on this side. It's cold. That fan is cold, Jane. I don't have leather pants on. Oh, there we go. Uh-oh. We feedback in?
Check.
Yeah. You got a cool voice. Okay.
Thank you.
So Nolan.
Be on radio.
Yeah.
It's like for a long time. Like a Guinness Book World Record, maybe.
Is she teasing you? I don't know what's going on. Nice. I love it. All right. So have you ever had a muscle test? Do you know what a muscle test is?
Yes, I failed all of them.
You did?
I have 0 muscles.
Okay, let me describe what a muscle test is. A muscle test is a lie detector test that you have in your system. That's why a lie detector test works. because when they hook up electrodes to you and you lie, it shows something different on the graph than when you tell the truth. Now, since about 1960, a lot of doctors have been using muscle tests to figure out what's going on with your system, especially chiropractors use it a lot. You'll see people muscle test for like what supplements you need. Like, your system is pretty complex and knows the answers to what you need. So back to that story in the beginning, like looking within for answers instead of without. Okay, so a muscle test. We're going to muscle test with you if you're okay with that.
Sure.
Okay, very good. So he says his name is Nolan. So if that's true, his muscles should be strong when we do a muscle test. So are you okay if we check that?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you have baby oil? Do I take my shirt off?
No, we don't usually take our shirt off, but I think maybe he should. All right, so just sit comfortably, okay? All right, so I'm going to press down on your arm, and you're going to hold your arm up, okay? And I'm just going to match your resistance, okay? Hold it up. All right, so is that a good amount of pressure that I can press on your arm?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So I want you to say, my name is Nolan.
My name is Nolan.
Okay, hold your arm up. All right, I can't press his arm down. That is true to his system. Now, I want you to say, my name is Sally.
My name is Sally.
Hold your arm up. What happened? Where'd your muscles go?
I think they went to this side.
All right, so the reason that tested like that is because that's not true to his system. It literally causes a disrupt from the electrical signal from the brain to the muscle. Fascinating, right? Okay, let's try another one. You guys ever heard good vibes, bad vibes? Okay, send him some good vibes. Think nice things about Nolan. I mean, yeah. You all thinking good stuff? Okay, hold up your arm. I can't press it down. Awesome. Okay, bad vibes. Just make up something. Sorry, dude. Just make up something not nice. You got it? Ooh, I feel him coming up here. Okay, hold your arm up. Oh, what happened? There's something going on, right? Have you ever walked in a room and you're like, not so sure I want to be in here? Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so be careful what you think about other people, because they feel it. They might not consciously know, but it just weakened his system when you thought bad things about him. So be nice. All right. Give me your arm again, please. Say love.
Love.
Hold your arm up. Yeah, it's super strong. Say hate.
Hate.
Hold your arm up. Wow. Words affect us. Energy affects us. All right. So your muscle test works. We're reading your signal, right?
Yes.
You guys, you see the difference? Okay, so now we're going to use this to change his belief. So do you mind sharing your goal?
Sure. I want to be one of the top speakers that spread hope, love, and motivation throughout the world.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to say, we're just going to shorten it to make it easier, if you're okay with that. What if you said something like, I am one of the top speakers in the world? Simple like that. You okay with that? Okay, so we're going to have him say that, and then we're going to muscle test it. Now, it's probably not going to hold up, because if he believed it, he would already be it. Does that make sense? But we'll check it. We'll double check. Microphone?
I'm one of the top speakers in the world.
Hold. Oh, no, holding your breath.
I am on my way, though.
Yeah,
I am
you're right.
absolutely on my way.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to help him reprogram his mind for that goal. Okay? Now, you can all follow along and do this same thing for the goal you wrote down. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open your brain bridge. You have something called a corpus callosum, and it literally is like a brick wall keeping both hemispheres of the brain separated. When you're born, you have like 200 million neural connections between both hemispheres of the brain, and the older you get, the more one-brained you become. And that means you're either emotional or logical, and you're kind of stuck in your ways. And if you compare it to walking, it's almost like you walked with 2 legs in the beginning, and now you're just going for 1, and you're hopping around thinking, this is exhausting. you're not in a whole brain state. So we're going to teach you how to open that brain bridge, because once it's open, then you can build new neural pathways between both hemispheres of the brain, which changes your perception, which changes your outcome. Okay? So how you're going to do that, how are we going to do that?
I was looking around for like surgical devices or something.
I have no surgical
I feel
devices.
good right now. I don't
All right.
see anything up here.
All right, we're going to cross our arms in front of us. Everybody do it with me. You want to set down your mic or hide it somewhere? With your eyeballs only, you're going to cross the X with your eyeballs only about 10 times. Arms out in front of you. Just take some deep breaths, relax. Trace the X with your eyes. I'm relaxing already. Once you've done it about 10 times, bring it to your chest and close your eyes. Take some more deep breaths. Now cross one of your legs over the other, doesn't matter which one. Take some more deep breaths. Now uncross your legs and open your arms and take some more deep breaths. Now I want you to visualize your goal. So if you need to take a peek at your paper again, remind yourself of your goal. I want you to visualize what you're going to see when you've accomplished this goal. Is it a new car? Is it a new house? Is it travel? Is it helping your favorite charity? What do you see? Get in as much detail as you can. Now I want you to think about, what would someone who knows you and loves you say positively to you when they see it's 2023 and you actually did accomplish this goal? Oh my gosh, I knew you could do it. What are they going to say? What are you going to say to yourself? I'm proud of you. You had it in you all along. What are you going to say to yourself? How are you going to feel when you've accomplished your goal? Is it happy? Is it excited? Is it peaceful? Is it calm? Is it motivated? Have you ever felt that way before? If you have, think of that time when you felt that way. Try to feel that way again. The reason we do this is because your subconscious is sensory. It speaks in a different language than your conscious mind. If your subconscious doesn't understand how it's going to look and feel and sound to create this goal, it can't do it. Now I want you to open your eyes, and we're going to start to build that new neural pathway in the brain. So you're going to put your arms out in front of you, and you're going to swipe from one pinky to your chest, the other pinky to your chest. Pinky to chest, pinky to chest. Now you're going to start silently repeating your goal. So easy for me to make. I have, I am, I enjoy, whatever the goal is. Silently repeating it. Now I want you to swipe from your navel to your collarbones, alternating hands, repeating the goal. This is literally changing the perception in your cells. Now I want you to fold your hands, fingers interlaced, set them in your lap, close your eyes, and keep repeating that goal silently. When you feel like you believe that goal, you feel some kind of change or shift, go ahead and open your eyes. About 20 more seconds. All right, so now we're going to see if it worked. We're going to check our demo guy with a muscle test. All right, so you remember your goal?
I do.
Okay. Say it like you mean it.
Top speakers.
Did you hear him? Say it like you mean it.
I will be one of the top speakers in the world.
Hold your arm up. Yeah! It worked. It worked. So, now what do you have to do? You have to do it. Darn, you still have to do it. But here's what happens. It's now easy to do because your subconscious power is supporting you in doing it. Is that microphone?
No, that's fine.
All right.
Someone's nice car.
Can you
That's the energy.
just share for a quick second? Did you feel anything or anything you want to share from that?
So a lot of the things that I've done, I visualize it first, which you probably already know, NLP, linguistic programming. So I kind of do some of those things myself already.
Yeah.
So the way that you touch though, to get into a certain rhythm, I felt like it would help and it benefited a little bit more than just my affirmations and the visualizations that I utilize.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So what action are you going to take personally to accomplish this goal?
There's absolutely nothing else I can do than what I'm doing.
I don't believe that.
I literally am taking down the Guinness Book of World Records January 18th for the most motivational speeches in multiple cities in 24 hours. I have 100 speakers, 2,500 people, and 100 vendors, and that's what I'm working on.
Awesome.
So there, I promise you, there's nothing else I can do more than that.
Okay, well, that's a belief. And we catch things like that. Anything you say, it's just your perception, your belief, right? So what I want you to do is consider that maybe there is something you can do. Just consider.
Okay.
Just think about it.
Okay.
And if you happen to come up with something, add that to your to-do list.
It's a
Is that
long
all right?
To-do list, but okay, yes.
Okay, give him a
absolutely.
hand. Thank you. So your system has all the answers inside of it. So when you work with our team of mind reprogramming experts, we muscle test and see what's blocked, what's not blocked, what process we have will transform your perception and will help you make your action plan and will keep you accountable to it. Do we get results?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Jonathan will attest. Jonathan was my demo guy not that long ago, right? I don't recognize you compared to the video from, how long ago was that?
6 months.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Jonathan. Tell the world.
No.
He's not the same
Don't worry,
guy.
though. I'll get on stage.
Yeah, great job.
This woman was the beginning of the transformation of my life 7 months ago. She really transformed my life by sitting in the same chair as the gentleman did, right here. And I too had a little bit of a sense of resistance. But I allowed myself to just receive. And for the first time in my life, I told the same crowd, for those of you who remember, I couldn't believe that I voiced it for the first time, and I said, I'm gonna gross $500,000 by the end of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm almost there. Next week, we'll be $1 million company. This is the truth. This is what you've done.
Awesome. And it's what he's done, right? Yeah, it's what he did. He changed himself at a cellular level. He's different. He looks different, right?
Yeah.
I love the outfit, by the way.
Thank you.
Good job. Great work. Right. So, would I be so rude to tell you that I can help you get your goals and not offer to help you? I would not be so rude. So I have a resource for you, and Denise is going to help pass it out. And I'm going to look for my notes so I can read along with you guys. So this is called the Business Success Mastery Program. You guys are entrepreneurs. You are here to succeed in business, right? This is the perfect resource for you. We are going to literally reprogram your mind for your success in your goals. So if you look at this program, what is included? So first we have a digital program, and I interviewed about a bazillion business owners and asked them, what are your pain points? What is getting in your way? What is stopping you? Why are you stuck? And these are the top reasons they told me. They said they couldn't balance their time. They were feeling overwhelmed. Their business was growing too slowly. Their profits were too low. They weren't enjoying their business. They didn't know what to focus on. They had so many tasks. Their staff was unhappy. Their customers were unhappy. They couldn't communicate with their employees. They didn't feel like they had enough influence. They didn't feel like they had enough impact. They wanted consistent quality leads. So what did I write the program about? All those things. But here's the thing. This is not a conscious mind program. This is a subconscious mind program. So in this program, you will discover what is blocking you subconsciously from fast business growth, high profits, and fun. From achieving your goals to 2023, you'll find out what is blocking you. Would that be helpful to know? If you know what's blocking you, you can reprogram it and get past it. If you don't know what's blocking you, we have a process where we can find out what's blocking you. In 10, 20, 30 seconds, we can find out what the block is and help you reprogram. So we're in San Diego. How do we muscle test you if you don't live in San Diego? How do you muscle test over Zoom?
Well, you can teach us how to do it.
We have a process for that. Let me tell you something. Cell phones are pretty amazing, right? We can call each other. I call RJ. My cell phone, somehow my voice gets to her in Iowa, Nebraska, one of those, Nebraska, in real time. And it receives the signal. She speaks. It comes back to me. How does that work? Maybe someone in here knows. I don't know. But it works, right? How much more complex is our system than a smartphone? It's so much more complex. And there are so many things that we're capable of doing that we don't, because we don't really know we need to, or we don't have a use for it. For example, we have a RAS filter in our brain, and it filters out junk we don't need, right? We're trying to sleep, and it's like, turn down the noise so she can sleep. Well, we are able to read energetic signals, but we don't usually need to, and we don't really learn how to, and so we don't hone that skill. But at Balanced You, our mind reprogramming experts have honed the skill of reading your energetic signal long distance, which means when we're working with you, we can pick up your energy signal. We cannot read your mind, don't worry, even though I tell my son we can, so shh. We don't read your mind, we just find out what's true or false to your system. We muscle test for your signal, we muscle test ourselves on your behalf. It works the same, whether you're online, on Zoom with one of our experts, or if you're in our San Diego office in person. Works exactly the same. So you get the digital program, then you get a 30-minute call with me to ask you the Magic Jane questions. What's working? What's not? What do you want to be working? Because then we know exactly where to focus to reprogram your mind. And then we're going to define your goals, your affirmations that we're actually going to program into your subconscious mind. Next, you're going to get 2 hours of video prep. You're going to understand all the science of how this works. Because, you know, when you believe something, what happens? You ever heard of the placebo effect? Did you know they're doing placebo knee surgeries? This is for real. They cut your knee open, they tell you that they fixed it, but they actually didn't. They sew it back up, they send you home, and they film the patient saying, oh my gosh, before the surgery I could hardly walk, now I go dancing every Friday night. When you believe, it literally changes your chemistry and your biology. It changes when that signal comes in, what you do with it. You think you're better, and so it makes you better. It's so powerful. You're going to learn all that. You're going to do a worksheet to figure out, clarify your goals. You're going to have an hour-long private mind reprogramming session with one of our experts. All 10 goals, we can probably get through most of them in an hour. Write down 10 goals. And then in a week, we're going to call you and see how you've transformed, because that's how fast it happens. Is Patrick here? I thought he was going to be here. Darn it. So this guy, Patrick, he comes in and he's an employee, and he says, I want to start a business. I have this great dream and this goal. And he starts telling me about it. I'm like, that's super awesome. Let's program that you can do that. It's literally been maybe 6-8 weeks, something like that. I call him up the other day for a follow-up. I'm like, hey, how's it going? He says, well, I wrote my business plan. I got the funding. I quit my job. I started my company, and we just made our first huge sale. I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Because why not? He believed that he could do it now, and so he did. That can happen for you that fast. A week later, you can get results. A week later. We're going to have a couple group calls about all these modules. We're going to talk as a group. I'm here to support you and help you figure out what your blocks are and get past them. I want you to succeed, but do you want to succeed? That is the question. This program is for you if you're serious about what you went around saying you were going to do by 2023. It might be scary to get to that spot, but we can help you reprogram that it's not scary. Just like I reprogrammed myself about 1 million times coaching with Jane over the last 1.5 years, because everything she told me felt so uncomfortable. I'd never done anything like it. And so I reprogrammed it and I did it. And every time I would have a call with her, I would get a headache. Oh my gosh, I'm a thinker. I was like, Jane, geez, I have to do that too? Then I'd go reprogram it and I would do it. That's the secret to your success. You can do that too, if you want to. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to check the box that says, yes, I'm in, I want to transform now. Because I know you're here for transformation. Whether you're buying my program or not, check the box. Yes, I'm in, I want to transform. Practice saying yes to you. Fill out your information. practice saying yes to you. So the value of this program is $19.97. Jane said I had to give it to you cheaper. Jane? A couple $100 off? Is that good enough? No. $500 off? Is that good enough? No. $1,000 off? Yeah, $1,000 off. We'll do that. So today, to honor our host, this program is $9.97. Now, to sweeten the pot a little, I'm going to tell you that scientists have found that 80% of your subconscious thoughts are negative, and 90% of them are a repeat of yesterday's thoughts. So really, today is just a rerun of yesterday, and your future is your past. Do you want to change that? Absolutely. Do you know how much mind reprogramming you need to change that? A lot. How many negative thoughts go through your head in a day? If it's 80% and your subconscious is processing 40 million bits of information per second, how much self-sabotage do you have going on? A lot. So here's what I'm going to do to support you. Instead of 1 hour of private mind reprogramming and 1 follow-up call, I'm going to give you 3 hours of private mind reprogramming and 3 follow-up calls. That is huge. Instead of 10 goals, that's 30 goals. And the follow-up. Write that on your paper. Cross off the 1 hour, put 3. Cross off the 1 after session, put 3. So your payments now, the options are going to be 1 payment of $9.97, or 2 payments of $5.47, or 3 payments of $3.97. Now, I want to reward those who are ready to jump up and go for their dreams. So here's what I'm going to do. For the first 5 who sign up for our program, that means you check the box, fill out your information, sign it, check the payment, put in your credit card, sign it again, and give it to Denise. The first 5 who do that, I'm going to add a whole nother hour of mind reprogramming and another follow-up session. So 4 hours of each. 4 hours of mind reprogramming, 4 follow-up sessions for the first 5. This program is for you if you are ready for transformation. You know, I prayed for transformation in my life, and I found this amazing doctor who taught me what I know now. I prayed for more transformation, and Jane showed up. She's expensive. She told me her price, and I almost fell out of my chair. And then I said, I don't know if my credit card goes that high. And she says, well, let's try it. And we did, and guess what? It worked. And I can't stop paying her. I paid her again this week, dang it. But you know what? It's worth it to get to my dreams. I prayed again. I wanted to scale my business. And I prayed for an answer. And you know, God listens to me, and he always sends me an answer, like, pronto. So the next day, I meet this guy. I was speaking at a conference in Texas. And he's a master at scaling business. And I said, I want to do that because I want time freedom. Will you help me? And he said, you can't afford me. I'm a catalyst. I said, is that a dare? Are you daring me? He said, well, I don't know if I want you to hire me. And I said, well, let's talk. So we spoke. I had a series of interviews. And then he decided that he was willing to work with me. So then we had to talk numbers. I said, how much? And he said, $35,000. And I thought, I've been paying Jane. No problem. And then he says, per month. And I did poker face. Okay. And then he said, so you're going to go figure out the numbers and we'll talk tomorrow. And I said, okay. And I walked out of there and I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. How come I prayed and got Jane, and the next time I prayed, I didn't say, and send them someone cheap. I forgot that part. So you know what I did? I drove to the bank, and I applied for an SBA loan, because God sent me an answer. You know, it's like when people are in a flood, and somebody comes and they're like praying, God save me. And a boat comes and they're like, no, God's coming. And a helicopter comes, no, God's coming. He's like, no, I'm sending these people to help you. I am here to help you. I want you to get to your dream. Do you want to get to your dream is the only question. So how are we going to know? We're going to know if you get this program. This program will get you to your dreams. I know it will. I've watched it with myself, with my team, with my clients. It will get you to your dreams. Because you are the only one stopping you. And we can help you change that. This program is for you if you want strategy, structure, support. We have all that in place for you. This program is for you if you want details. You know, Jane, I was thinking about this. You know, I had a complicated childhood, not complicated like hers. You know what? Here's my complication. I'm a catalyst. My mother, an optimizer. That was it, but we didn't know the lingo. We didn't know what that meant. All I knew is I could never do anything right. It had to be a certain way, and I was like, you said vacuum the living room. I vacuumed the living room, right? And she's like, no, but the lines aren't straight. You didn't move the couch. You know what I used to do? I was such a stinker. I would go under the couch, because she said, like, move the couch, go under, and then I'd put the couch back, and then I'd go up to the couch, so it made the line look like I didn't go under the couch. And then when she'd come in my room yelling that I didn't get under the couch, I'd say, no, I did. And she'd say, no, you come, get over here, and I'd say, move the couch, and she'd move it, and she'd be like, oh. I was such a stinker. Those optimizers. We can work with you if you like detail. We can work with you if you just want to fast track to your goals. We can work with you if you want a team of support. We are here for you. So here's my question. Will you say yes to you? The first 5 get a bonus. The rest of you have the rest of the weekend to think about if you're going to say yes to you. I hope you will. This is the greatest discovery of the 21st century, that you have all the power in the world to create your dreams. I'm Jenny. Honor bounds you. Thank you.